Welcome to Storytime with Dave. Because it's Christmas, we're going to try something different this year, and we are going to read a Christmas classic, A Die Hard Christmas. It's a story of a plucky protagonist who just wants to be home with his family for Christmas, and he will do anything that he can to make that happen. And yes, it is a Christmas movie. So we will start right now. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when up in the tower, everyone was partying except one wallflower. John McClane missed his wife. Things just weren't the same since Holly moved west and changed her last name. He tried to win her back, but still she said no, while unbeknownst to them, there was trouble below. A truck had pulled up, and what should disembark but 14 men whose intentions were dark. They spoke not a word, and unloaded their crates. They cut the phone lines and locked all the gates. Carl swept the ground floor, shooting every guard dead, while visions of bearer bombs danced in his head. This is exciting. John took off his shoes, making fists with his toes. It actually worked. Well, what do you know? When out in the lobby, there arose such a clatter. He sprung to the door to see what was the matter. When what to his wondering eyes should appear, holy crap, there are terrorists here! John hid under the table where no one could see and watched Hans question Mr. Takagi. I'm going to count to 3. There will not be 4. Give me the codes to unlock the vault door. I don't know the codes. Go ahead and shoot. Okay, Hans said, and ruined Takagi's suit. John tried to call the cops by pulling an alarm, but instead called the bad guys who wanted to do him harm. But John killed Tony, who had very small feet, and sent him to the terrorists as a Yuletide treat. He put a Santa hat on the German, and eyes all aglow, wrote, "Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho." I really do think Tony was the misunderstood hero of this movie. But anyway. Carl was furious. Tony was his brother. He chased John around the roof, and they shot at each other. John was able to escape through the ventilation shaft. Come out to the coast, he sighed. We'll have a few laughs. At Nakatomi Tower, Sergeant Al Powell appeared. He checked the whole lobby, and nothing seemed weird. He was pulling away, but didn't get far before Marco landed on the hood of his car. Powell drove around backwards, screaming in fright. Welcome to the party, pal, John yelled with delight. More police arrived, the FBI and SWAT team, but Hans didn't mind. It was part of the scheme. More rapid than eagles, the henchmen they came. They radioed and shouted and called them by name. Now Eddie, now James, now Franco, now Uli. On Fritz and on Carl, long hair, all unruly. They shot the SWAT tank with a surface-to-air missile and knocked it away like the dawn of a thistle. Now John McClane was angry indeed. He blew up 2 terrorists and called them jerkweed. Ellis told Hans, Bubby, I'm your white knight. Hans shot him dead, giving the hostages a fright. Hans went back to check on the explosives fuse and saw poor John wasn't wearing any shoes. John fled from Carl and Hans, but alas, he had to run barefoot over sharp broken glass. His feet, how they hurt, his soles, oh so bloody. John crawled to the bathroom and called his good buddy. John was weary and ready to throw in the towel until he got a pep talk from Sergeant Al Powell. Powell was chubby and plump and a jolly old chap, and he trusted the cowboy with his tattered tank top. But a reporter was probing into McClane's life and soon revealed that Holly was John's wife. Hans quickly flipped over a gold picture frame. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. McClane. Ooh, very scary. John's clothes all tattered with ashes and soot. John disappeared to the roof, bloody and barefoot. The explosives were wired on the rooftop with care in hopes that the hostages soon would be there. John warned everyone on the roof that the roof would soon blow. as the chopper strafed them with high-powered ammo. Around his waist, he tied a fire hose tight and screamed an oath and jumped in the night. He dangled in the air and gritted his teeth while flames encircled the tower like a wreath. Fiercely fighting his way back inside, John yelled out, "Hans!" He was done trying to hide. He limped to the vault like an old man on crutches, only to find Holly in his filthy clutches. John dropped his gun and put his hands on his head. It seemed he and Holly would be dead. But there was a secret gun taped to John's back. John shot Hans in a surprise attack. Hans fell out the window, holding Holly's arm, and slowly, deliberately raised his firearm. The tenacious villain held on by his nails till John unhooked Holly's watch and said, "Happy trails." Bearer bonds fluttered like fresh falling snow as Holly embraced her blood-spattered bow. So Merry Christmas to all, and be kind to one another. And most of all, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. What a great story. The real true meaning of Christmas. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed Storytime with Dave. Merry Christmas.